I'm rest, brother. I know. You hard work. It's good. Appreciate it.
What is your message to Oleksandr Usyk?
I'm coming, baby. Here I am. Look, I'm not the guy you met 6, 7 odd years ago in Ukraine. I'm a bit of a different animal now, and I'm looking forward to meeting him in the ring.
Do you think he can go on and fight Usyk next?
Bro, he deserves it. He beat Adelaide, beat Clark twice, beat Hooney. Bro, he just knocked out Parker as well, so come on, man, give that.
Oleksandr Usyk doesn't need to shout to humble a man. A single line does the job. Let your hands talk, he tells Fabio Wardley. And that's where the difference lies. Usyk speaks with legacy, Fabio with noise. When that bell rings, Fabio's mouth won't save him. Only silence will. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone tomorrow. Let your hands talk in the ring.
Fabio Wardley fires back at Usyk's warning like a man desperate to sound fearless, but it comes off like bravado dressed as courage. Come to Ipswich, he says, as if the undisputed king needs directions. Usyk doesn't chase postcode warriors. Fabio's barking loud now, but soon he'll face the lion's silence. And I'm not planning on stopping here. I'm not planning on getting in the ring with Lucy and going, "Look, thanks for having me," and just rolling over.
That's not what I'm about. I think you saw that tonight. So yeah, look, when that bell does go, me and us do finally get in the ring, he's gonna have to work for it. Tell us to turn up, give him the directions to Ipswich, I'll give him my postcode. He can come find me, and we can do it in the garden, but I don't care. Like, as long as he... Tyson Fury tries to play it diplomatic, but even he can't hide the truth. Fabio Wardley isn't built for a chess player like Oleksandr Usyk. Raw power looks impressive until it meets precision. Fabio's swinging wild, hoping for miracles, while Usyk's already 3 steps ahead, calculating his downfall punch by punch. Listen, Usyk's a special talent. He's a good boxer. But listen, Fabio's a big, dangerous puncher. I'm sure if he hits anybody, knock him out. He's very strong, and he carries his power for a long time. So he did really well, you know.
Congratulations to him, because everyone was saying before this fight, he's had no amateur experience, he should have amateur experience. George Foreman for an 11 amateur biker and won the gold medal. So it doesn't mean nothing, to be fair. You're a big strong man, big game man, been done very well. So congratulations to him, and he's taken. Well done. Last one. Gina, I know who Arsenal Makewood is. Who? Arsenal Mudwood. Do you know who he is now? No. Why? I don't know. Why?
He just beat Dave Allen the other week. I don't know if you remember with that interview did a few years back. I was trying to pitch him. Frank Warren steps in to cool the noise, explaining when talks for this heated matchup might actually begin. Frank Warren keeps it real. This fight isn't happening tomorrow, and thank God for that. Fabio Wardley needs time, rounds, and reality. Throwing him in with Oleksandr Usyk now would be cruelty disguised as opportunity. Let the dust settle, because if they rush it, Fabio's dust is all that'll be left. When do you expect to make Usyk Wardley? When do I expect to make it? It won't be till next year. So let the dust settle and we start the negotiations and go from there. What about Dillian Whyte versus Chisora? How close are we to that fight? I think that Hamza Shiraz tries to hype the idea, but let's be honest, a magical upset against Oleksandr Usyk, that's not a prediction, that's wishful thinking. Usyk's been untouchable for years. Landing one lucky punch isn't strategy, it's fantasy. Fabio Wardley shocking Usyk, that's like bringing a water pistol to a war. Box got to be up there, is it? Got to be up there. And can you imagine he lands a right hand on Usyk? The thing is, you can't doubt the guy now. It's one that you can't doubt him. He seems to consistently pull off the upsets. And when you consistently do that, you become... Dillian Whyte shows love for his mate, but this isn't Friendship Club. It's elite-level boxing. Supporting Fabio is one thing. Believing he can outthink Oleksandr Usyk is another. Loyalty can't block jabs or slip hooks. In the ring, emotions fade fast, and Usyk thrives where bias gets punished. Versus Wardley, who wins? Because you can't write Wardley off now. Of course, Fabio. Fabio is my guy, so I never bat against him for no one. John Fury gives his blunt verdict, cutting straight through the hype with a dose of harsh reality. John Fury nails it. There are levels, and Fabio's still climbing the first few steps while Usyk sitting on the summit, jumping from white-collar bouts to the pound-for-pound king. That's suicide by ambition. Even Fury knows it's not hate, it's honesty. Experience always eats enthusiasm for breakfast. Managing, Fabio no, because there's levels to the game, and he's not there with you yet. Use a tricky operator, ton of experience. You're looking at a kid that's had no amateur fights, had about 8 white-collar fights, and you can't make the transition from that to that. Don't get me wrong, if you're too sick, he'll tip upside down. What I would do is get him another 4 or 5 wins. Let him fight good men, and let him go when he's ready, and get the time. Dave Allen says it best. Fabio Wardley's toughness earns respect, but there's a gulf between grit and greatness. Usyk operates on a frequency Fabio can't even tune into. The angles, the footwork, the traps, they're invisible to brawlers who rely on pure will. Allen's honesty slices through the hype, reminding fans that courage alone doesn't conquer ring IQ. Fabio might have heart, but Usyk has history, the kind that breaks spirits while barely breaking a sweat. Every opponent who stepped up thinking they'll pressure Usyk ends up punching air and doubting themselves by round 6. Allen knows the truth. Fabio won't just lose, he'll learn. And when that bell rings, the gap between European grit and elite brilliance will be exposed for everyone to see. Now, Wardley, Wiley Usyk, you can't roll that man out, to be honest. He's that fit, that tough, punches that hard, and he has the want to punch. You just can't rule him out. But could I see him beating Usyk? Not really. I couldn't see him getting anywhere near him. Billy Nelson doesn't mince words, and he's right. Too many armchair experts forget how brutal this sport really is. Facing someone like Usyk isn't just another fight. It's walking into a storm built on precision and punishment. When Nelson talks about hospitals and life support, it's not exaggeration, it's warning. Heavyweights punch with force that changes lives, and Usyk turns that force into art. Fabio Wardley might think he's fearless, but there's a fine line between bravery and blindness. Nelson's tone carries weight because he's seen what happens when men underestimate elite technicians. If Fabio doesn't prepare for a masterclass in control, his pride could cost him dearly. Against Usyk, a mistake isn't just a knockdown, it's a potential career ender. Ends up in the hospital in a life support machine. Or these idiots that say, it was stopped prematurely. How many times have they been hit by an 18-stone man on the head over 36 minutes? None. Big Baby Miller says, what most are thinking, Fabio Wardley's ego keeps writing checks. His boxing IQ can't cash. He's got courage, sure, but courage without control turns into chaos. Miller sees the flaws clearly. Fabio doesn't manage moments, he survives them. Against Oleksandr Usyk, survival mode won't be enough. Usyk thrives on opponents like that, men who rely on emotion instead of execution. By the time Fabio realizes he's in a chess match, he'll already be 4 moves behind. Miller's tone isn't hate, it's reality from a man who understands the grind. Fabio's potential is there, but Usyk's mastery is unforgiving. When you're dealing with a champion who turns mistakes into momentum, one wrong step can make this challenge a short, painful lesson. You should took a knee. You should took a knee. You should take one account. Has still been up by 3 or 4 rounds and then come back and towards the end of the round, bounce around and get your win back. You see Wardley giving a challenge to Usyk. Can he win him? I don't think so.